in the last 4 or 5 months, things have been, have been tough for every business across the board. And we've had some huge decreases in revenue, but have then managed to actually increase our net profit. I'm Greg with K&K. I have 2 locations, one in Saskatchewan, K&K Truck and Trailer, and one in Lacombe, Alberta, K&K Trailer Sales. We sell trailers, rent trailers, sell grain bins, do service work. I bought this business out from my family, from my dad and my brother. And I had been running it for several years while they owned it, so I was very familiar with the business. But once I took over, then I really wanted to fine-tune the financial side. Yeah, we've had years for sure at 8 million in sales and and a net profit that's embarrassing at the end of the year. It just doesn't add up. Was we look at, we had this much revenue, and so we must have a decent amount of profit. But then, after everything was all said and done and the year end was done, and 6 months later you'd say, I guess our net profit wasn't as good as what we thought it was, and so that wasn't helpful at all. I maybe didn't even know I needed help until I saw some of your content talk about tracking your numbers and all that stuff, and that kind of all sunk into my head, and I'm like, yes, this is what I need to assist me, because I felt lost just swimming and never getting anywhere. Yeah, it felt like a larger investment, but it was something I was committed to doing. I was committed to moving ahead, but it didn't take long to realize that it's a very beneficial investment. It's something that very, very quickly pays itself off as soon as I was really committed to put in the work on my end as well. The biggest result is that I know where I'm at on a month-to-month basis. That is maybe the biggest thing. And it's taken us a bit. I've had to make some very tough decisions, but key decisions. But we've got up to, some months we've been up at a 6% net profit, we struggled very, very hard most years to ever get close to that. So it's been really good to see our net profit get up on a monthly basis to a workable number. But we really have a fine tune on where things are at, on understanding our margins and our profits, and all those keys really add up. The biggest thing is the stress factor, I think, of knowing where you're at and knowing that if something needs changing, you can change it right today or tomorrow. If you see a problem today, you can change it today or change it right away. There's not knowing where your business is at until after the year end, and especially in a tough year like this year. If you're just gliding along and saying, well, I know we're not doing great, but hopefully we're not doing super bad, and you didn't ever look at your numbers until a year later, well, that's a really such a stressful thing, not understanding where you're at, on a week to week or month to month basis. The program you teach and train us is the fact that we can run our own numbers, quickly and figure out where we're at whenever we want to know where we're at. In the last 4 or 5 months, things have been tough for every business across the board, and we've had some huge decreases in revenue, but have then managed to actually increase our net profit. My stress level is way lower than even a year ago today. I have way less stress. To just know that you're on a stable footing is I sleep good at night, so that's worth a lot. Now looking back, I'm amazed that I managed to get through that. Actually, I'm looking back and I'm like, that was really tough. That was, we exactly low level pain constantly. You're always putting out fires, and then you're never really, planning for the future, which is what I do now. A lot of what I do now, the things I work on a daily basis are things that I'm planning for next week or next month or tomorrow or something that I'm planning for the next 10 years. And now my dad has kind of he starts using me as a mentor now that I've been working with you guys. It's Dad will come to me. He now runs his own another little business, and he'll be like, "How should I do this? How should I do this?" Because all of a sudden he feels that I've maybe become the more of the expert, or have a little more knowledge at least on how to run a business in the last especially in the last year. I would highly recommend this program, but I would also tell them you have to put in the work yourself too. You have to be willing to give yourself to the program, because you have massive benefits from this program, but you have to put some work into it to stay with the program, to grow with the program. But the things I've learned from this so far allow me to start multiple other businesses, allow me to sell my business, allow me to grow my business. I mean, my opportunity now, my options are unlimited as to what I can do with the knowledge I have now.